originally I didn't really have much to do. Golden brought over like a keyboard, and then I had this Fisher-Price turntable. So I just kind of mucked about with those, and then eventually, I guess probably when we moved everything to my place, we realized the turntable was just useless because it wasn't even a real turntable. And then I started playing the keyboard.
Over there on keyboards, we got Alex. That's a good idea.
Alex is cool. We used to jam in Alex's basement, and that was good times. And he was the piano player, or the organ player. And man, that guy was focused when he played. Like, he would just be like nothing else mattered but his piano playing. Do you remember that? Like, stage was cool, but like band practice, he'd be like flawless. That guy was like wow. We were all like, Goofy on ADHD. That guy was like playing that shit like crazy. That was Alex.
Comedic riffs going on, always random Backstreet Boy riffs prior to the song. It was hilarious. You know, it added enjoyment to the shows, I guess, for me. So, you know, I was kind of nervous all the time. Well, not necessarily nervous. Well, I guess you could say I was nervous, but then, you know, just having that random interlude of comedy was just kind of funny. You know, it lightened the mood at the time.
He was the manager of the band, really. He got us a lot of our shows, handled the finances. It was sort of, the finances were held so that you sort of had to be around him if you ever wanted to get a cut of the pie, kind of, you know, like, because I mean we were a high school band and we didn't make like, you know, we made, you know, a few bucks at a time, but if we made some money and you were there when you made the money, then you'd go for pizza and you got to enjoy the spoils of playing the show.
Gramps at Amory was a Grandpa's Army poster that I guess was spelled. It was at the Albert. We did a different sheet of paper for each letter of Grandpa's Army, and it was my job to put it up. And I just wasn't paying attention, I guess, and I put the like GRE and the P, and then the A apostrophe S, right? I put it up upside down, so it was S comma A, I guess. So it was like Gramps comma A, or like Gramps Amory, and then yeah, the M and the RY or whatever was mixed up too. So Gramps Amory, and it's just kind of an ongoing joke.
Sam, I guess, had a band with Doug, and he found out that Johnny and I guess had instruments and stuff, so he just, I don't know, asked us to jam with him or something, so we started out that way.
Way in the back on the skins, we have Goldie the Hammer.
Goldie just makes me smile. I can't look at that guy and not grin. That's all I have to say about Goldwyn.
We never played a show without Goldwyn, I don't think, and I mean, I don't think we could have, because he was like just this, I don't know, anchor to the band, I think, in a lot of ways.
Goldwyn was like dedicated. He was the most dedicated of everyone. You'd always hear like, and eventually he'd get frustrated with us at the band during practice and whatnot, and then just kind of break out his own little like drum skills practice.
The guy behind the drums, he wrote a lot of the songs, so he was, you know, pretty integral to the band. He was one of the few core members who was in the band from the start.
Quiet unless you knew him. Like, I would watch Goldwyn and other people would try and talk to him, you'd just be like, yeah, well. But if you had him at band practice, he was loud, he'd be like, okay guys, seriously, let's go, and whatnot, and a talented musician, mother of God. That boy would write like pieces of music and weird things that we would like add to songs that I'm sure none of us would have ever come up with.
Yeah, Goldwyn is funny. I think the best thing about Goldwyn is just the burning, searing remarks that he would sometimes just shoot out of the blue. Totally knock someone down.
Oh geez, I don't know, probably that show at the Albert, our first show with Whole Lotta Milka, it was unfortunate because, you know, it was a big show and we were pretty horrible. And I mean, we played some bad shows. We played badly at the Lyric. Like, we played bad shows towards the beginning, towards the end, and some mediocre shows in the middle.
And I remember playing at the Royal Albert, which was the most terrible show of my life.
Why?
Because there were people yelling for Motorhead and booing us, and the act left a little bit to be desired. I won't say that we were at that point really 100% where we ought to have been at that time.
Doug, maybe Alex were jamming or something. Had like a blues thing going on or something crazy like that. And I believe the name was already established as well. I believe that was Doug came up with it or something. I believe. I could be wrong. That's what I remember. So yeah, when we were at cross country, and I guess Sam and Alex asked Goldwyn and I if we would be interested in jamming. I believe that's how it went.
Over here on lead vocals, we got Johnny.
Always different. Like, you never knew what the hell Johnny was going to do in any either show or practice. Like, whether it was practice or not, it would just, Johnny would pull something out that would be quite random and hilarious.
He was if you're going to have a front man in a band, it's got to be someone like that.
Yeah, and he was pretty, I don't know, he was good in the band when he was like into it. Like sometimes he'd get depressed or something and he'd like at shows he wouldn't want to play or something. That was like kind of bad. But then other times he'd be like all happy-go-lucky, so I don't know. But he was pretty good. He was a good guy to have around.
ADD. That's all I think of. He was all over the place.
Me, Johnny, and Goldwyn were actually the only members who never missed a show. Like, Johnny was always there. We couldn't have done it without him, obviously, because he's the front man. But he, at first, I was kind of worried about Johnny because he was really crazy. I mean, the thing about everyone says about Johnny, he's really spastic and sort of hyperactive and ADD or whatever. And he was so much fun to hang out with. But when he got on stage in the early shows, he was really stiff, really nervous. I mean, we were all nervous, but Johnny was a little bit more so, I think, because he was the focal point.
You'll probably know this first song. You know, it's pretty straightforward and everyone knows it.
And later on, as it progressed, he just got more and more used to being on stage, especially when Dave Zagaric joined the band. And Johnny sort of had this, like, sort of spar on stage to sort of go back and forth with. And it really livened him up. And Johnny, by the end of it, he was awesome.
Brilliant lyrics to Tryhawk.
Tryhawk.
What is a bebop ball?
Bebop ball, from what I can remember, those things was like, it's like two rubber balls between a disc, and you stand on it, and you like jump. I think that's a bebop ball.
So a pogo ball.
Yeah, but I don't think it worked in that sentence. I think bebop ball was way cooler. And I think it took me, okay, like what were the words to that song? Got myself a hula hoop. Hop, right, misspelled that. Got myself a hula hop. Don't know how it's used. My hips don't move like the way they should, so I look like a fool and a complete moron. And I believe that took 3 hours to write. I went upstairs to my dining room table, and I sat there for hours. And that's all oh, and then don't forget let's go get ourselves a combo one at Taco Bell.